How to play romanza on the ukulele. Please note the fingering that is used. Thumb rests on the G string, index finger on the C string, middle finger on the E string, and ring finger on the A string, like this. Thumb, index finger on the G, middle on the E, ring finger on the A string. If you recall, it was the first note was on the 7th fret of the A string, and the other two notes were open. So we're going to play the A string, 7th fret, with our ring finger, middle finger open, index finger open on the C string. Here's measure 1 for ukulele. Here's measure 2, 7, 5, 3 on the A string, but we still keep doing those open middle fingers and open index fingers. Measure 3, measure 4, measure 5 up to 12th fret, measure 6. That's as far as we've got on there. Then it goes to a bar. And we can bar the 7th fret. Back to the beginning. But all you need to do is measure 1 through 6. Here it is again. Index plays the A string. You see that? Middle plays the E. Sorry, ring finger plays the A, middle plays the E, index plays the C string. That's the classical guitar finger style. Watch it again on my right hand. Here's romanza on the ukulele, measures 1 through 6. Here's romanza on the guitarra. So we've got thumb on the low E, index rests on the G string, middle finger lives on the B string, ring finger lives on the A string. 7th fret on the E string for the guitar. And on the guitar, we have the thumb playing the low E at the same time that the ring finger plays the 7th fret of the high E string. So we get this. This was thumb and ring finger together. Boom! So you have thumb and ring. That's the first movement there. Okay, I'm going to play measure 1 for guitar. Let me do it again. Thumb, and then ring, middle, index, ring, middle, index. Measure 2, thumb plays the bass note again, but this time as we play ring, middle, index, ring, middle, index, there are some notes that are changing here in the left hand. Here's measure 2. Measure 3. Measure 4. Measure 5 up to the 12th fret, the double dot. Measure 6. Now, if you were to continue to play this on the guitar, for those who are advanced, for measure 7 and 8, your index finger plays on the 5th fret of the E, the B, and the G string. You hold that down. That's called a bar, or in this case, a half bar. Pinky finger plays the 8th fret. Ring finger will play the 7th fret. And your bass note is now in your A string. But we still have the same thumb and ring finger together, followed by middle, index. So here's measure 7. Measure 8. told anybody in class, if you can play the whole song, I'll buy you your favorite candy bar within reason. I'm not getting you one of those 20 feet long Toblerone expensive ones, but you know, Snickers or whatever. But if you really want to try, then guitar players would index finger across all 6 strings on the 7th fret for measure 10 and 11. Middle finger plays the 8th fret of the G string and holds there. This shape holds while we do the rest of the melody notes that are on the E string. Here's measure 7, 8, 9, and 10. Go to the 11. Then the last few measures are nearly the same. Here it is, all together on guitar. On that placement, thumb, these 3 fingers. Half bar. Full bar on the 7. Back to the beginning. Here it is on ukulele one more time, all the way through. And ukulele, you don't have to worry about doing the thumb bass note. You just kind of keep your thumb in place. Up to 12, 10, 8. You would do the half bar as well. And then you'd bar on the 7th fret, the middle finger on the 8th fret of the C string. Got the idea? Okay. So finger style is really cool style of playing. This song, Romanza, is written by someone who we are calling anonymous. So you may know that means that they have no name. Anonymous means has a name. Anonymous means they have no name. We don't know who they are, who wrote this song in the 19th century. So by 19th century, we're thinking 1800s, right? Because the first century was 0 AD or ACE to 99 ACE. So when we're talking about centuries, we're always one more than the actual number of hundreds we're talking about. Like right now, we're in the 21st century, even though we're in the 2000s. Or the last century was the 20th century, even though it was the 1900s. And so this song was written in the 19th century, which means sometime around the 1800s. But we really don't know because it was anonymous, so it's attributed to a lot of different people. There's also some people who have taken fingerstyle guitar to a whole nother level. One of them is named Merle Travis. And so if you're ever looking up guitar tabs, and you may see at the top of it, it says Travis picking. This is not Merle Travis, but he's a good fingerstyle guy. And that's a cool little tool that he's selling right there.
Delay. Now I've got delay coming out of the sound hole of the guitar.
Effects. You put it on the back, and now the guitar has effects inside of it.
Can you just literally go like strum, turn off?
Without. How? Yeah, you want. That's the thing. That's the thing.
Pretty cool.
That's the reaction. Once you play with it, you can't ever not.
This is Merle Travis, though, and Merle Travis's fingerstyle is a little different. Classical fingerstyle uses, these 3 fingers and your thumb. Travis picking is just thumb and index finger, and Merle Travis used a thumb pick, but he sure gets a lot of notes in there, and this is an amazing thing to watch. Merle Travis, check him out. Listen to his accent too.
Well,
Thank you, and I hope that's clear to Tex Ritter now. It's a little bit baffled to me. Tell you what I'd like to do. I'd like to try a little country guitar playing on a little tune called the Cannonball Rag. So stay with me, will you, please? Here's the way she goes.
Just thumb and index. So you can finish watching that video a little bit later. Let me stick it in your Google Classroom so you got access. Also, there's a video of someone playing Spanish Romance on the guitar. It's called Spanish Romance, or sometimes just Romanza, or you know, it could be Italian too. We really don't know. But guitar players were playing it a couple hundred years ago. So here's Merle Travis. However, this Merle Travis was in the 20th century, so that means 1900s, right? But then we can take this even a step farther to go and look at a guy whose name is Tommy Emmanuel, an Australian guitarist who plays with a thumb pick, but then also uses that classical finger
Dear
style.
Mrs.
So
Claus.
he includes
Dear Mrs.
more.
Claus. Dear Mrs. Claus.
Yeah, all right, Mrs. Claus. So he uses the thumb and these three fingers, but he also uses a thumb pick. So let's check out Mr. Tommy Emmanuel. So he's doing bass with his thumb, and then with his fingers he's playing the melody, and he's also adding accompaniment. So that's three parts. He places his pinky finger there in the guitar. Let's fast forward to a song where you can hear the bass, the rhythm, and the melody all at the same time. Right here. Right here. With the melody and the rhythm. Here comes the bass line. Right here. That song's called Day Tripper by the Beatles. Bass, melody, and rhythm at the same time. So Tommy Emmanuel is, you know, becoming one of the top guitar players of the world, if not some people esteem as one of the best in the world at this time, especially in regard to this finger style. But there's another kid, he's probably 30s now. His name's Joe Robinson, and he's also an Australian guitar player. And let's find Joe's version of Misty. So Joe took...
I've been obsessed with...
He learned on YouTube. I mean, he was self-taught. And he was also Australian, so he got so good that Tommy Emmanuel kind of took him under his wing. Long story short... What's this? Long story short, Joe came to the United States once. His manager, Reen, from Nashville, took him around to play some gigs. Somehow they ended up coming through Shelby, North Carolina. So a buddy of mine did some video for him. I don't think they ever used it, but he invited me to come do the sound and bring some microphones. So I got to record Joe Robinson. 27,000 subscribers. Look at this. Hear the bass line, hear the melody, and the chords in between. amazing, isn't he? Let me put these two in your Google Classroom so you can watch them and reference them. Lots of cool stuff about fingerstyle guitar. Hundreds of years of fingerstyle guitar, right? I'm just asking you to play like 6 measures, but there's so much to learn, and it's really cool because it's like you're playing 3 parts, and you're only one guitar player or one ukulele player. Jake Shambuko, the ukulele player, he does fingerstyle too. So let's save that for y'all. This assignment will be due next Friday. There are 3 assignments due this Friday, as you can see in your Google Classroom. Let me know if you have any questions on anything, and I'll also post this video so you have it available to rewatch. Okay.